Morning, friends. Welcome to Jeannie's Journey. I tried something new yesterday because I have some people, they say, I don't know when, because I don't have a schedule when I do these videos. This is my journey. I might do a video every day and I might not. It just really depends upon how much information I'm taking in and how much I'm meditating on it. So, or how much I need to meditate on it. So I did something different yesterday, and I did @followers. If you are, it's possible you could just be a friend and not a follower. So if you see that come up, just keep on rolling. You don't have to watch my video or whatever. But don't unfriend me. Don't unfriend me, because I'm gonna do it again today. Anyway, so this is number 6. Number 6 teaches us that God desires his people to be set apart for him, not from him, set apart for him. This chapter begins with the Nazirite vow, not to be confused with Nazarene, Nazirite vow, and ends with the priestly blessing, which, when I was looking stuff up, it says one of the most beautiful prayers in the Bible. God doesn't just want to give us blessings, but also place his presence and his name upon us. So verses 1 through 8, the vow of the Nazirite and the requirements. Okay, so the word Nazirite comes from the Hebrew word Nazir, meaning to set apart or consecrate. Unlike the divine appointment of the Levites, because it's only from the Levites where the priests, specifically Aaron's line, the priests were gonna, step up. This was a voluntary, could be a man or a woman, vowed devotion to the Lord for a specific season, for a period of time, or a lifetime, such as Samson, Samuel, and John the Baptist. A Nazirite could not have anything. This is one of the requirements. I couldn't have anything from the grapevine, whether it was wine or if it was just a grape or the grape skin or the grape seed, nothing from the grapevine. This symbolized renouncing luxury, intoxication, wanted to always have a clear head, and earthly comfort to have joy in God only. They could not cut their hair during this period of dedication to the Lord. This publicly served as a highly visible crown of surrender, and their body and honor belongs to God. They could not go near a dead body, because death represents the ultimate consequence of sin. And I'm not saying that when people die it's because they sinned. This is just a sinful world. I'm just saying that death represents sin. Not even if it was their immediate family that had passed away. This prioritized allegiance to God over family mourning rites. The Nazirite vow intentionally sets oneself apart for God's exclusive use. God doesn't reserve special devotion for spiritual elites like Levites. He welcomes anyone to step out of the crowd and to seek him. Jesus is the set-apart Holy One of God who dedicated his life entirely to the Father's will without a single moment of compromise or moral decay. Then we have what happens if the vow is broken, and those are verses 9 through 21 basically. So the first section, the vow is broken is 9 through 12, my bad. If the vow was broken, they had to start over. They had to shave their head again, bring burnt sin offerings, and restart the time of their vow of dedication. So let's say they decided to do a Nazirite vow for 2 years. Well, if they went near a dead body, then they had to shave their head again and start the 2 years over again. The offerings did not imply moral wrongdoing. It only just acknowledged the ceremonial uncleanness and were used to restore ceremonial purity and renewed fellowship. Even when we are not personally at fault for life's hardships, even when it's somebody else's sin, we still need God's grace to get through it, to restore us. Failure, setbacks, grief, or unexpected trials do not disqualify anyone from serving God. 13 through 21 is when the vow is finished. When that 2-year period or 2 months or 2 days, whatever it is, the Nazarite is to go to the tent of meeting where the vow began. And it was a public gathering, assembly. Every season of obedience should end in worship, not self-congratulation. Our victories are not our accomplishment. They are evidence of God's grace. They had to bring offerings. So there was a burnt offering, and that was a 1-year-old lamb without blemish, and it represents our complete surrender to God, and nothing is held back. The sin offering was a 1-year-old ewe lamb. No person is without sin. Everybody sins. We will always need God's grace. Peace offering is a ram without blemish. It represents communion with God. And there's a grain offering, and that's just flour and oil, mixed with oil. And it recognizes God's provision, and everything that we have comes from Him. Then we have the drink offering, which symbolized a life poured out completely for God. Then the last section of this is 22 through 27, and this is the priestly blessing. So I want to read the blessing first, and then I'll go through the things. Heart Dive pointed this out too, and I thought it was super cool, so I wanted to share it with you. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell Aaron and his sons, this is how you are to bless the Israelites. Say to them, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn His face towards you and give you peace. So they will put my name on the Israelites, and I will bless them." It's a very short blessing. But there's so much meaning behind it. So in the first line where it talks about the Lord bless you, that's His covenant goodness, health, faithfulness, provision, providing everything that you need. And may the Lord keep you. That's God's protection. You know, they were in the wilderness at this time. So protection. His face shine upon you. Face shine upon you. A smiling face represents warmth, intimacy, and acceptance. So if God's face shines upon us, that means He is delighting in us. We're doing what we are supposed to be doing. Be gracious to you. Basically, it's pouring out unearned favor, mercy, and kindness. Because we can never earn what God gives us. And then my particular Bible says, the Lord turn His face towards you. And I think in my other one, it says, ooh, it's right here. Oh my gosh. It says, Yahweh lift His face towards you. And another one says, I don't know, something else. This is, God gives His full undivided attention and personal focus to His people, like how a loving father would lift their child's head and look directly into their eyes. And then the last part, and give you peace. This is the absence of conflict and spiritual harmony. Doesn't mean there's not going to be hardships, but peace. So, like the Nazarite, where he does his vow, and then he comes back to the tabernacle, I want to bring every season of my life back to God. My strength comes from Christ. I've had a couple people in my life in the past year say, "Oh my gosh, you're so strong. I don't know how you made it through that." And y'all, it's not me. Because sometimes I ask myself too, how did I make it through that? It is Christ who sustains me, Christ who gives me strength to get through. And if you don't know the beginning of my story, inside the description of this video, there's a link that does my introduction. So that kind of gives you a flatline base of why I'm always going back to my children. So if you're listening to this or watching this and you're like, why is she always bringing up her children? You'll find out in that video, the introduction video. One day, My life's not about what I survived, but what God has faithfully accomplished in me. That's important. It's not about what I did or whatever. It's how God was there for me. He got me through all of that, and He's going to get me through my future seasons of difficulty. One day, I hope to look back on every difficult season and, like the Nazarite, lay it all before the Lord in worship, knowing that every sacrifice, every prayer, every mile driven, every flight that was taken, every tear, every Lunchable that was packed, every hair product I bought, every moment with my grandchildren, my family, was used by Him for His glory and for the good of those I love. Peace and blessings. I love you. Bye.